So you're running out of closet space. The good news? You don't need to stop shopping. You just need to start selling with The RealReal. The RealReal is the world's largest and most trusted resource for authenticated luxury resale. Whether it's that mini bag that can't even fit your phone, or those boots you never fully broke in, The RealReal handles everything from photography and copywriting to shipping and pricing. So you can just sit back, get paid, and make room for things that actually feel like you. And with 10,000 plus new arrivals every single day from top designers like Prada, Celine, Louis Vuitton, and Loewe, all for up to 90% off retail, you're bound to find something perfectly on brand to fill that extra closet space with. Plus, right now, you can get an extra $100 to shop when you sell for the first time. Make room for what feels like you. Go to therealreal.com to start selling and get your extra $100 to keep shopping at therealreal.com. That's therealreal.com. Terms apply.
I was sad, so I got a lot of groceries today, and that made me feel better. I like to get crab legs from Costco and just sit and eat them. And they're like $10 for like 3 giant claws.
Oh my God. Are we talking like a melted butter kind of situation?
Yes,
I've never lived on the East Coast.
Yes. Well, it was so funny because my roommate was like, grad students are literally struggling, like, you know, bringing Tupperware to like events, and like you're like eating like crab legs and LaCroix. And I'm just like, listen, the crab legs are only $10 at Costco and they're so delightful. And so that felt like a really nice way to like nourish myself today. I was sad and then I had the crab legs and then I was no longer sad. So that was really good.
I love that crab leg medicine.
Yes. No, what?
Medicinal crab legs.
A friend was making fun of me because, like, at the smallest inconvenience, I just like desperately want a seafood boil. like anything goes wrong, and I'm just like, I literally just want crab legs and potatoes right now.
Just
like,
finger hovering over this glowing red button of like seafood boil.
Yes.
I had like a cooking day because I've been so busy. I went to Maine for this like performance school, which was really beautiful. Then I came back and I'm doing full-time school, full-time work. So I have like 12-hour shoot days where I wake up at 5:30 in the morning to go to school first. Yeah, I'm like not doing okay. So I like also had
let's talk about it.
But I do think for me also, I think groceries and like cooking food for myself is like a really gorgeous reset. I made like a stew and then I made like an apple and blue cheese walnut salad.
What kind of stew?
It's khichdi. It's like Indian mung dal and rice. A lot of turmeric. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I make something. Is it almost like a dal kind of?
Yes.
Or is it a little different? Okay. I make something similar with like red lentils and it's so good.
Ooh. Yum. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I feel like we're learning things about each other, which is like we're both doing poorly, which is like so weird because like we just hop on this podcast. It's like, you know, how are you doing? We're both doing poorly. And the way we remedy that is through food. Like I immediately was like, I need to go get crab legs from Costco because I'm doing poorly right now. So I just love treating myself like a little baby. I think that's what feels important. It's like, I need to be fed. I need to be burped. Like, I need to like, you know, do these things to myself. And like, I need to validate myself in the way that my parents never would. You know, like these are the things that I have to do for myself when I'm feeling sad. Exactly.
Oh my God, totally.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's getting colder here on the East Coast too. So it also felt like there's like a real like shift emotionally in the air too. Like it just feels like shit is like going on and like maybe it's for the best, but it's like, oh, I gotta take care of myself. It's
like head down and work.
Yes.
Like, yeah, the fall is like, it catches me by surprise every damn time, but I am just like, oh, everything's happening at once. So I feel like it'll be nice. I think we have a few more episodes left of this first season, and then we're going to chill. Okay?
Yeah, I'm going to hibernate.
I say to myself, we're going to relax, okay?
Exactly. Yeah, this is what we get for trying to fucking better ourselves through education. Yeah. It's like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? But here we are.
Am I even queer?
I think I want to take testosterone. I mean, I'm wearing men's underwear right now.
Is that a boy? Is that a girl?
Man, woman, cisgender, transgender, like we're born into language.
Butch, femme, T-girl,
Decolonized.
queer, trans, BIPOC,
neurodivergent,
Cisgender, heteropatriarchal, capitalist, girl boss.
Queer femme, lipstick every day.
T for T, like fag boy relationship.
Butch.
boyish, and like sprightly.
the softer, more fey.
Oh, but you're so feminine. You're so feminine.
Attraction to a hot T-boy.
I used sexuality to try to understand my gender.
What does it look like for non-binary people to quote-unquote transition?
I was a boy. If I was looking down at the memory, I was a boy.
It's really difficult to look at gender identity head on.
Wait, I think I'm trans.
Oh my God, Chris, how are you?
I'm so good. I can't believe we're finally on a date after all these years.
Thank you so much for meeting me at Buca de Beppo.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I hope that's not offensive.
I think it will be in 5 years, but right now you're okay.
I can't really think about the future. I can't extrapolate.
Yeah. So let's get down to business. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I dare you.
Yeah. We usually ask people to introduce themselves. Like, how do you identify? What are you like thinking through right now? Like, in whatever way feels right to you.
Okay. Wow. As something that you do 5 times a day suddenly feels so important when someone asks you to do it on recording. Okay. My name is Chris Renfro. My pronouns are they/them, and I identify as gay and queer.
Ooh.
Trans non-binary.
Well, we are kind of in like a funny situation with this project because we were like, oh, we want to explore gender, which means that we're going to be using words like masc and femme, but ultimately we don't believe in that binary. But I still think it's interesting to like talk to people about like, what does like the masc femme gender binary make you think of first, and kind of like what's your relationship to that?
What does it make me think of first? I guess I really associate it with just how people choose to present themselves. It really does feel, and this is nothing new, just like a performance of some sort. And it's like, how comfortable or how authentic does performing in a certain way feel to you? I don't know. I feel like fairly new to like thinking about it to like such a deep degree, really. Like I pushed down and suppressed a lot of my feelings until we hit the pandemic. And then I was forced to like sit in my bed and be like, okay, so those thoughts about being trapped in your own body, we should confront those now that no one's looking, I guess.
Totally.
So during the pandemic, I like went to my friend's fight in Kenzie and was like, hey, I think that I'm a trans woman. Can you help me out? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And started using she, her for me, which felt a certain way. And then I booked beep that out. Beep that out if the strike is still happening. I booked something and I moved to New Orleans, and down there I started using, I started using they, them before that, but that's like where I really started using it like really freaking hard.
Yes. And meeting new people, which is so helpful.
Yeah. And honestly, it felt like gay summer camp. I was surrounded by like so many queer people and they were all new to me. And so it feels easier to like express or try something new in that environment. And I met my best friend down there, Finn Argus, also non-binary. And we sort of got to explore a lot of new things together. I know, a couple years since then. Now I've landed on they, them for now. It doesn't feel 100% right, but it feels the closest right now.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm still struggling with is that like presentation of it all. Like I sometimes feel the need to like present one way or another, which is sort of like antithetical to the whole non-binary of it all, which is like so confounding to me. But I guess like 30 years of thinking one way is going to really really tether you to an idea, isn't it?
No, totally. What kind of moments for you like make you feel like you want to present one way or the other? Like what are a couple of those like vignettes in your life?
That's a great question because that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I've noticed over the last couple of years as I've been more comfortable being, quote, more femme or more masc or whatever, like leaning into those in whatever situations day to day. It's only been like since the strike and like another pandemic of sorts that I'm like, wait, let me think about that harder. Why am I wanting to present like more femme on some days or more masc on other days? Is it like a reaction to something, or is it me being scared of something or feeling more comfortable about something? And the answer right now, I don't know, but I'm trying to be more cognizant of it. So I don't know. I don't really know.
Wow. Yeah, I was really particularly curious about gay boy spaces and like how that feels to be in, because we talked to someone last week named Jess Tom about the like gender soup of like Fire Island and how like everyone's she, and like, you know, there's just like things in like gay spaces where everything feels like very like rubbery and stretchy, and it's like you can be she, you can be he, but ultimately it is kind of like a very similar look, or kind of like, I don't know. There's something like very masc about it, and I'm curious about like finding your particular like gender femininity in that space.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on that, and what I'm gonna say right now is not meant to like be disparaging or like to like knock down like particular people's lived experience by any means. It's gonna be like a broad generalization from like my point of view only, which could or could not be true.
You can't see this, but Chris's lawyer is right behind them with like a hand
They
on
have a
their
knife
shoulder.
to my throat. Look, we're done letting you do interviews alone.
Yeah.
The Fire Island queers are gonna get you.
No, sorry. Okay, well,
yeah, you better be sorry, actually. by the way. In case you're curious. Speaking about traditional like gay boy spaces, we're talking like Fire, not that I've been to Fire Island, but I guess the closest would be like West Hollywood, right? Like that's that's sort of an island. You can't get there from the metro. But I think you're right. There is like a lot of she-herring just about anybody, and there is like a lot of not performative femininity, but like people like go out and they're like, well, it's my opportunity to wear my cutest skirt, or it's my opportunity to like wear heels with this like tight ass tank top and like look butch and look femme. And it is really cool that like we have those spaces for it, but sometimes I feel that it is more dress up. Like the subtext is sometimes, wouldn't it be silly if I did this? I'm gonna do it. You know, less so than feeling like the genuine need to express this. It is more like, well, I'm not going to do drag, but I'll do this.
Yeah. Costume.
It's costume. Yeah. And that's certainly not for everyone, you know, and it does allow some people who are maybe less comfortable exploring their gender identity authentically. It does give the room to like come in and do that in a space where everyone is in costume, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There is still like a lot of prejudice and a lot of ignorance in those spaces too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's hard because it's like so many girls that I know, their first time wearing a dress was at like a Pride where their friends were like, wouldn't it be crazy if we did your makeup? You know what I mean? And I'm kind of like, oh yeah, that's like a special space. But then there are like really transphobic people like laughing in a like skirt. Yeah, that's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I just came across a video on TikTok of like one of the many like gay interviewers on the street, and you can censor this word if you feel the need to, but a guy looking straight to camera and being like, I know people don't like this word, but I love calling people tranny because it's what you are, and God. I'm a gay man and I can say it. And I'm
my God.
I just like posted it too. It was like, you really doubled down.
Wild. It's also like, wild. What are you talking about? There are straight people who are trans. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. I think it boils down to ignorance, and like, there's almost like too much heat on like trans issues right now in a way that we're getting so much misinformation. You know, like if there were less heat in the media, I think it would be easier for queer people to educate other queer people. But when like most of the information you're getting is from the right or from conservative media or talking points, it's easy to get misinformed.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fan fiction going on.
Oh
where
my
you just,
God,
like,
yeah,
you
fan
hear-
fiction.
You're like, what? You had to like crack your knuckles and write this. It's so outlandish. Like, wow.
The water's making the frogs gay.
Yeah. And the frogs are kissing the girls. Well, like, okay, so just being someone who's known you, how would you describe your gender presentation kind of outside of like Western colonial, like binary words? Do you feel like you find yourself outside of that and that's some of the work that you've been doing? Or are you just like, yeah, just trying to figure it out like day to day?
I'm trying to figure it out day to day. Like, I find myself maybe more in a space of gender fluidity and then trying to like discover how I can live. Like, how do we put those things into words and how do I don't know. So look, I just came from like this backpacking trip through Vietnam and Thailand. And while I was in Thailand, I saw so many trans people just living their life. Almost every establishment, there was always like a trans person working the front or like taking our order. Like, they were everywhere. They were happy. Everyone was like really chill with them. And I already knew this going in, but there are like, I'm going to get it wrong. I'm going to say like 10 genders in Thailand, but there are like certainly more than we recognize here beyond like cis male, cis female, non-binary, trans male, trans. There are more.
Totally.
And so it's just like built into the culture. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, because I don't really feel like I fall into one of the discrete categories right now. And sorry to keep not having an answer. I just like don't know. I'm like, I just don't know. You know?
Well, I love something that you said earlier where you were like, and I'm pretty new to this. And that's a really common through line for everyone that we've interviewed is everyone feels very like new to this, which I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, that's reminding me of like people being like, I came out so late. I came out at 19. You know, like everyone's late or everyone's like new is like so relative to them. And you're like, no, what are you talking about? Like, you're just being hard on yourself. You know?
Yeah. That's a great point. Like, I didn't, and hey, let me brag for a second, didn't have a hard time coming out as gay. I actually never really had to. Was just like real chill with my family. My dad's twin brother is gay, and so I was like, this is normal, hoopty-doopty.
Wow.
And so like I have had those thoughts of like, oh, I wonder if this is what it would be like if I grew up with a tougher family or grew up in a more conservative environment when I was coming out at 16.
Totally.
You know, trying to deal with these feelings, trying to deal with a lot more shame.
Yeah.
Trying to have these conversations with my parents and them not understanding, you know?
Totally. Like, there's no framework in existence for that conversation. And you're just like, oh my gosh, like,
yeah.
How am I going to explain and then explain what I'm feeling? And yeah.
Yeah, my parents, I think, assumed it meant asexual because they were like, so you're not going to get married. Like, I'm not, but that's like not the reason.
But that has nothing to do with gender. Wow. Well, okay. Another part of this that I really wanted to ask you about is your clothes.
I love my clothes.
Yeah, I love my clothes.
I love them.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about like your style, or like, do you have like influences on that, or what do you kind of follow when you're picking out what you're gonna wear?
Thank you for asking about my favorite thing that's still in the closet. Okay, so my style, it changes a lot, but like in the last couple years, think that it's a mix of like one piece of clothing that I wear is going to be like traditionally formal. Like I'm wearing pants for a suit that I would wear at a wedding, probably.
Wow.
And then the other half of the outfit will be something incredibly casual or like street punky. And so I have this like torn up, what do you call this? Shirt?
Plaid shirt.
Yeah, plaid shirt. And so it's like a mix of that. And so I have my skirts in there that I'll mix up with, well, I have some like more professional skirts that I'll mix up with like a ratted tee or a casual skirt that I'll mix up with like a nice blazer or something. But I think that everything is well fitted. I like everything feeling pretty tight. I feel pretty comfortable in my like physical body for like the first time in maybe my whole life. So I like showing it off.
Amazing. I love that kind of like a high and low balance that you got going there.
I get a lot of influence, honestly, from my best friend Finn. They are very canonically Gen Z, which which I think their entire motto is, how can we not be millennial?
Yeah.
And so I've like never felt more hate in my life than someone who is just 6 years younger than me. But I do get a lot of influence from them because it like gets me out of my little bubble being like what we were told, which was this like a crew neck and maybe an infinity scarf, you know? Like, I don't think millennials ever really had cool fashion. So I'm trying to like mix it a little bit. So their mom describes their fashion as dumpster fairy chic. And I think it's incredibly accurate. Like, whatever you're thinking is right.
Wow. I love that. I absolutely love that. Wait, that's so funny to like be hanging out with someone. Yeah. Do you feel like a kind of freeness that this kind of like whatever like next generation just was kind of like raised in? Like, do you feel that difference?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There is sort of just like a built-in punk mentality. And it might be just due to like age range. Like maybe we were also sort of punks at that age, you know? Like maybe it's just like a factor of being in your end of teens, early 20s.
Yeah, totally.
But there is a sort of, okay, I don't give a fuck. And if you want to be a part of my crew, that's fine. And if you don't, I guess I'll see you at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, which is really nice. I think it is really freeing because I think, at least me, like I always think about like, well, what are they going to think or what are they going to think? And even if I do ultimately usually land on, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't seem to come as easy to me.
Yes, definitely. There are a lot of times like in public, I feel like whenever I think of like riding in like an Uber or like these kind of like interactions where like you are talking to someone, but it's just easier to go with like whatever's being assumed of you and not have to like describe pronouns. Like you're just kind of like, it's not worth it. But I do feel like I have younger friends that are like, it's important for me to model these like conversations about gender and how like there are like moments where I'm like, wow, you're choosing battles way more often than me. And I deeply respect that, but I just don't have the energy right now.
I fully fucking feel you, dude. Like I truly just walk around being misgendered all the time. And at this point, I'm like, I don't care. I know what it is. And then right behind me is Finn being like, that's not them.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you. I love you and I appreciate you. Just wouldn't be what I would do. And that's totally cool.
Oh my God. Yeah, so beautiful. I feel like, yeah, we're kind of pushed towards our end of comfortability right now with with gender presentation. So it's fun to watch people with
when
so
did you
much more
start
energy.
using they, them pronouns? Because I think the whole time I've known you.
Yeah, yeah. Probably like 2017, 2018 or something.
Okay, around the time we met.
Yeah, I remember I just was at College Humor and then it was like a little bit easier to start. Kind of what you were talking about with getting that job where you're like, oh, I'm meeting all these new people. So I can just decide to make a new change and it's like easier than people that I've known for years and trying to make the shift and, you know.
Yeah, you get to build your own confidence with like a new group of people.
Totally.
And then you crusade your other friends.
Yeah. You're like, these you know.
Big news! Wayfair's tax refund sale is on now. Right now through March 2nd, you can score up to 70% off furniture, decor, appliances, rugs, and more. With fast and easy shipping straight to your door. Plus, amazing flash deals. Shop Wayfair's tax refund sale now to make the most of your refund with huge savings through March 2nd at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Okay, so I was wondering if we could talk about acting, but without any specifics, but just about non-binary in Hollywood as like
oh, cool, yeah,
an overarching thing.
Yeah, we'll treat it like a short form game. Try not to name the streaming service.
That's so great. I have this buzzer. So...
the scab button.
Yeah. Do you go out for roles that are your gender, or do you feel like you're going out for all different kinds of roles, or how do you feel about casting in general?
I do get to go out for all different kinds of roles. Ooh, I'm already like so tempted to name names. So I was filming a show in New Orleans where I was playing a cisgender character, and towards the end of that, I auditioned and booked another show that was specifically non-binary. And that was really cool. And I later learned that the pool was indeed, they were really actually looking for non-binary people, because I heard of AFAB friends and AMAB friends that all went out for it. I was like, cool, which is a distinct difference from other things that my reps have sent me out for, which we've got on calls about. My reps are fantastic, fabulous, wonderful about it. And they give me the tea about like the conversations they have with some casting directors. And I love it. I fucking love them for it, because my agent called me about some project once, and they're like, we're really pushing you hard for something that you would be perfect for, this non-binary character. But they're looking for, and I quote, a non-binary girl. So, and they're like, we had to call you to tell you that.
Oh, so they're every straight man in Los Angeles. I'm just looking for a non-binary girl.
A cute non-binary girl's a
cool non-binary chick. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So
no,
there's like a lot of, yeah. No, yeah, it's gorgeous. Wonderful. So there is still like a ton of that where like people are just kind of using the word because they've heard the buzzword before, and they're like, oh, we should do that. What's the harm, as long as we get our NBG?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do see change from like pre-pandemic to post-pandemic in terms of breakdowns.
Ooh.
Being open gender for things, even if it's not specifically non-binary, just being like this or that. I see it especially more in theater. Ton of theater auditions where just like open gender, you may be asked to present male on stage for this or that, or may be asked to portray female on stage on this, but casting is this. And so that's cool. You can see the change happening quicker in theater.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Theater is always so much more like cerebral or like intellectual than TV. I went out for a role and the sole line was, I'm trans.
Wait, how is that the only line? Are you walking past someone in the bathroom being like, I'm trans?
I'm trans. It said whispered. No, I'm kidding. But
wow, SVU is doing the work. The first trans character to not be murdered.
Yeah, I was going to say, from the corpse, it says, I'm trans.
Whispering. The cold dead body leans up and whispers.
Yeah.
I'm trans. Commercial.
Trans. Commercial break. So that's cool. So it sounds like you feel, or well, I'll ask you, do you feel comfortable playing like roles outside of your gender identity?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not personally troubled by it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a little act to me. It's all just silly fun to me.
Yeah.
Even in a drama, I'm like, ha ha ha. For 40 homogeneously white men have to watch me cry on camera for roughly 32 takes. I don't really care if they're calling me he. This is really fucking silly what we're doing, you know? Personally, to me, it's silly.
That is, you did not just call out the makeup of the room. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's fine to me.
Yeah, definitely. It is just like really crazy to have a diversity push in front of the camera, and you're like, we still have to interact with the sound guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, wow, you have this really sick show, and you still have like so many people in the room that are being so weird.
Yeah.
How about we have a diversity push for that? For the
it's
gaffer.
so funny. I got into a show where the HR person, or I don't know like what their explicit title was, but we'll call them HR. The HR person called me before I flew down to Atlanta and was like, Hey, girly. So you are, in fact, the only trans or non-binary person that we've ever had on the program. And don't worry, we've given everyone a sensitivity training ahead of time. So everyone knows how to address you and shouldn't be mean at all. So don't you worry, we figured it out, girlarina.
No.
XO chica.
You know, they hung up the phone and they just like were so happy. They're like, job well done.
They ordered a statue off of Amazon and engraved it with their own name.
It just says ally of the year. Wow. So that made you feel so comfortable and just kind of like ready.
I felt so good and not weird at all. I felt so normal. I was like, everyone is cool.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. Doing the absolute most, HR, people worldwide. That's beautiful. That is so crazy. Okay, I had a kind of similar interaction. I was doing a show where my wardrobe was like a dress, and I really had a moment. This was literally March 2020. This was like as lockdown was happening. I was also in Atlanta, and I was like, okay, I saw the wardrobe. I was like, this kind of sucks, but whatever. I'm playing a role, like whatever. And it felt like this man sprinted in, but I know he didn't. But he appears to me out of breath, and he's like, I just want you to know, we hired you because we know you're non-binary. And I was like, oh, cool. And he was like, are you comfortable in this dress? I was just like, okay, gay angel out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was like, actually kind of not. And he's like, good. We're going to get you a suit. and changed all my wardrobe.
Damn.
And like renamed all the characters into these like mask leaning like non-binary. Yeah, I was just kind of like, wait, literally who are you? Like, I don't even think he was
not even associated with the production.
Yeah. He's like, I am the FedEx delivery person. And
but I sensed some butch energy over here, and I knew that you were in trouble.
But I was just like, damn, wow, people are really, going above and beyond in certain, but I will say I like really appreciated it in the moment. Sometimes it's like corny, but sometimes you're like, oh my God, actually there are ways that I kind of like abandon myself when it comes to work, and I'm kind of like, oh, this feels really bad, but just get through it. Kind of, it's kind of like strike adjacent, where you're just like, oh, we really deserve all these things, and we kind of like downplay ourselves. And when we like get together, there's like this collective energy of like, oh yeah, this isn't right. Like something should change.
Yeah, I mean, as actors in general, we're just like taught not to really advocate for ourselves and just always be thankful that we have the job. Don't speak up or else they're not going to invite you back. And there is safety in numbers, and that's why the striking can happen, and we feel good about it, and we're not scared because it's like, well, they can't not hire all of us.
Yeah.
But right? They can't hire all of us.
Can you quickly Google that?
Ira, can you please open a tab?
Please.
I'm on it. Yeah, but I mean, I get it. I do it all the time too. How do you feel about that sort of stuff? So, I mean, like, same question back to you. I sometimes feel like, am I going back to a prior conversation about like the Gen Z being like so vocal about it and like trying to push the conversation? I feel like the second voice in the back of my head is like, maybe you should speak up. Maybe this helps the next person that comes into the room.
Totally. Yeah, I do think it does do that. I think my energy, like my bandwidth changes a lot. So I feel like it's kind of nice to be like, sometimes I really advocate for myself and I have like an educational moment with someone if I feel genuinely like I have the bandwidth for that. And sometimes I don't. And I'm just kind of like, you said she and it's fine. But yeah, for roles, I think I would go out for anything. I feel like starting T was really scary for me because I was like, oh my God, like what if everything changes and then I don't fit into any box? You know, I'm like, I've talked to friends who are like singers and have the same thing. And it's like, oh no, you always like find the new baseline for yourself. And so I do feel like I'm kind of like coming into that and feeling like confident, and I'm throwing out these I'm trans self tapes, night and day.
Oh, okay. So it's clear now that no one's asking for these self tapes.
Yeah. Actually,
you're just sending short 10-second clips.
I say, "Hi, I'm Allie. I'm 5'9". I show my hands and I go, "I'm trans," and then I say, "Send."
Oh, you say send. So none of them have made it to the offices.
Wait, what do you mean?
And send. Thanks, Siri.
Thank you, Siri. Okay, is there anywhere that people can find you online should you wish to be found?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at the Meat Skeleton. MEAT skeleton. You can find my feet pictures on the internet.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and add more photos on there. I wish my rating were higher. And I have a new podcast coming out with my best friend, Finn Argus. It's called One of Us. And it will be out where you find podcasts soon. Probably not when you're listening to this, because we're filming our first episode in truly 8 minutes.
Wait, what's One of Us about?
One of Us, I'll give you our line. It's 2 platonic lovers scour the universe, recruiting people for their best friend army.
Incredible. We love. Mm-hmm. That sounds so fun.
It's a part cultish, a part just an excuse to get to talk to our friends about stuff.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that's great. A perfect cult.
Now, where can people find you?
Yeah. Wait, yeah. I really love the co-host energy that we found here. You can find me at the Meat Skeleton, MEET.
I dare you freak.
Okay, great. I'm imagining that you have to go, but is there anything that we didn't cover that you were really hoping to talk about when it comes to gender?
No, I think we covered absolutely everything.
And that's the right answer.
Yeah. Print it, put it in a book, and sell it to UCLA Medical.
Oh, gorgeous. Okay, Ira.
Yeah, Ira, did you find an answer?
Yeah, did you find are we all fired? Yeah, not really. Yeah.
So I feel like it was so sweet how Chris kind of elaborated this friendship with like their Gen Z friend who kind of like pushes them in various ways, but also is like someone who they can think about like gender alongside. And like, I feel like those kind of people in your life are so important. And I'm wondering, like, Allie, do you kind of have someone in your life like that like you guys are maybe on a similar vibe, similar journey type of thing?
I was really thinking about that. I've met people where I felt almost like, I don't know how to put this, but like mutually stuck, which is like a really beautiful feeling where you're like, something's not totally working. Then you meet this person, and they're like, yeah, for me, it's not really working for me either. And then you kind of like figure it out together. And I feel like that was my like end of femme presenting lesbian, beginning of masc presenting non-binary. I like made friends, and it was like, oh my gosh, yeah, why do we wear our hair so long? Like, and I'm literally like,
so that was kind of like your friends like maybe served as like a type of not catalyst, but like kind of like sounding board to think about these types of things.
I think so. No, I think when Chris was talking about their friend, I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a like accelerator kind of feeling to meet someone who's like so fully in their, yeah, like just so comfortable in their skin, and you're just kind of like meet them and join that level. They kind of like raise your baseline a little bit of like what you expect from the world, if that makes sense.
Totally.
And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I think what you're describing is kind of like a quote unquote like role model, but like not in like the conventional sense, but like, like kind of idea like your role models like can and maybe should be like your peers, not these people that are like, I don't know. I feel like people love to look up to people who are like millionaires or something. It's like, that is never going to be you, honey. But like you can look alongside people next to you, like as like your peers and people you can learn from. And it just feels really crazy to say. And I think this is like part of why I wanted to do this podcast. But like, I guess I don't have anybody in my life where I'm just like, yes, like that is it. That is what I want for myself. Exactly.
Yes.
Like, but that feels so weird because there's so many trans people in the world. Like, what do you mean there's no one? But I guess I just maybe haven't met, you know, someone where I'm like, you know, because I obviously know some more like maybe like binary trans people, like, you know, trans masc folks. And I'm like, that's not exactly what I'm doing. And so I feel like I don't exactly have someone where I'm like, yes, like you're pushing me and that feels good. I think I often look for that in romantic relationships, which is interesting. I usually go for those type of people in romantic relationships. But yeah, I don't know. It's such an interesting idea how Chris described like their friend kind of like refuses to let them settle, kind of like this Gen Z like punky vibe. And as I was listening to the interview, it made me think about like, I think the age gap between Chris and their friend is also maybe the age gap between like me and you, which is like fun.
Definitely. Millennial and Gen Z. Do you absolutely hate me?
No.
What Chris was saying about that, like, I have never felt that kind of vitriol. I was like,
right.
Oh my God.
It's not your fault. Like,
it's
not your fault.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Babette.
Do you think I'm like really Gen Z? I feel like some people have been like, oh, you're very Gen Z. Like, I can very much tell. And then other people are like, I don't think you're that Gen Z. What do you think?
Well, you're like a conservative Republican, and so it's kind of hard to tell.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, it doesn't feel like we have the same maybe like push and pull that they do in their relationship. Although maybe, yeah.
Because we're both deeply repressed.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I definitely ID with the like walking down the street and people are misgendering you and you're like, that's not energy that I'm gonna put into like correcting this person in this like micro interaction.
That's how I feel too. Yeah, most of the time.
But deep respect for people who are like, no, actually at all times, like we're gonna get this right. It's not that hard kind of energy.
Well, that was the energy of like, you know, Live like a few episodes back. And that like interview almost moved me to tears because I was like, I didn't even think of this. Like, I'm not even doing this. And like, that's the energy behind like a strike, you know, is to be like this, you know, these things are fine, but we're being like, or like not fine, but like, it's like, you know, the lobsters are being slowly boiled alive. And like, there's like, you know, one to notice like, hey, we're being boiled alive right now. Like, this is crazy. And I think, yeah, I think part of this is also maybe gendered in the ways I was raised, but like, I think I'm just not one to cause a fuss. Or if I'm gonna cause a fuss, it's gonna be maybe through this podcast of like create something out of it. No, seriously. Or like I think I use radio and like in my work as like, you know, it's like I'm mad about gentrification in Oakland. Like I guess like, you know, and I tried to like talk about friends who like are new residents to Oakland. Like it just doesn't feel like it's landing. And it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make a whole like radio installation or something about this. Like that's kind of where my energy is channeled. But
totally, where it can feel like explorative. And I do agree that it feels kind of like AFAB to like grin and bear it and kind of just be like, is it worth it? Is it worth this interaction and this cortisol level spike?
Exactly.
And some people, they're like, yeah, it really is. And you're like, whoa.
Well, I guess I feel that way maybe with people who are like close to me where I'm like, that's where I'm going to put the energy to maybe even like have like conflict. But with like someone on the street who I literally don't give a fuck about, like I don't care about you or making you a better person like at all, you know? So
totally. I think we need both. You need like the occasional person that's like teaching everywhere they go. And then yeah, I feel like when I have energy, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm really gonna like break it down for this person, but usually absolutely not.
Okay, I feel like that feels good as a...
Does it feel good? I'm worried that like me and Ali are just complicit.
No.
Gender Spiral is an original podcast from Audiation. This episode was mixed by Matt Noble, and music is composed by Chanel Critchlow, with art by Joey Hahn and graphics by Honey Hodges. This show is executive produced by Ireland Meacham, myself, Babette Thomas, my co-host Allie Beardsley, and Sandy Smullins, with additional story editing from me.
Thanks so much to our guest, Chris Renfro. You'll find a link to their Instagram and their website in the show notes. If you like the show, please head over to patreon.com/Gender Spiral Podcast to support us for $2 a month, or subscribe to a higher tier for bonus content, special monthly postcards, and even free tote bags.
You can also check us out at genderspiralpod.com, where you'll find a link to leave us a voicemail to ask us questions, tell us who you want to hear from, and what you want to hear about on the show. And follow us on Instagram. It's at Gender Spiral.
Tune in next week to Gender Spiral,
where you never have to spiral alone.
Audiation.